Galatians 6, 1 through 4 says, "Brethren, even if anyone is caught in a trespass, you who are spiritual, restore the one in a spirit of gentleness, each one looking to yourself, so that you too will not be tempted. Bear one another's burdens and thereby fulfill the law of Christ. For if anyone thinks he is something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. But each one must examine his own work, and then he will have reason for boasting in regard to himself alone, and not in regard to one another." Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 6-day reading plan, today's reading is Galatians 6, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, verse 1 has a very interesting meaning. It could be interpreted two ways. The first way is if it was something crept up upon a person and they really didn't realize it. At that point, the leader should restore that person in a spirit of gentleness. And the other interpretation is that person is caught in the act of a sin, someone being intentional in that sin. So let's kind of look at both, because in the end, the responses of both believers should be the exact same. I knew of a situation at a seminary where one of the faculty members was seen getting into a car with a female who was not his wife. By the time that faculty member came back to the seminary, his office was locked and he was fired. Now, the interesting part of the story is that nothing happened between the man and the woman. It actually was a very innocent event. The problem was that he did not inform anyone about what was going on, and this created the potential for scandal, and he really should have known better. This is the first interpretation of the passage. The person who sinned should have realized how his actions should be viewed by someone who had no knowledge of the situation. We need to be extremely careful in everything we do so that we don't cause scandal to come to Christ. Billy Graham would not even enter an elevator if the only other person in the elevator was a woman. It was not that he would have done anything or that even the woman would have done anything. It was just that it was a picture that somebody could have taken, and that would have brought negative environment or negative scandal to both Billy Graham and to Christ. Now, in our church, there is no room that does not have a window located in such a way that the entire room can be easily seen. This is done so that no sin might creep up upon us. Now, the second situation where someone gets caught in an act of sin, and this could be anything, but no matter what, it has the potential of bringing shame to that person and to Christ. An example might be someone going to a movie that obviously was meant to sexually excite that individual, or might be a story of that type of conduct. Again, the brother and sister in Christ who stumbles upon that person must not attack, but must rather prayerfully present the situation so that the restoration might take place. None of us are immune from situations that might bring shame to Christ. We need to be on the lookout so that each one of us are aware of our surrounding and aware of what must be done to prevent scandal from taking place.